From a briefcase that no one can open to a safe that hides the truth about the entire corporation, this is the Animal Hospital Dark Secrets tier list. Each of these secrets tells us something about what's really going on in this hospital, but one of them ties everything together, and that one goes in God tier. You'll find out what it is only if you stick around until the end. Ron from accounting always carries the exact same black briefcase, stamped Top Secret in red letters. He never opens it and never talks about it, no matter how many times you ask. Players have noticed that Ron actively avoids direct questions altogether, like he's under strict instructions not to discuss the contents. A regular accountant doesn't behave like that. Verdict, B tier. Just a briefcase, but as it turns out, not the only one in this hospital. Ron tells the player that some corporation employees overworked so badly that they lost their minds, and their eyes went hollow. He says it casually, like he's describing sick leave, not employees physically turning into something else. That's a confirmed line of dialogue. What comes next is just theory. Part of the community believes these hollow-eyed employees became the basis for the headbanger monster. The game never confirms this outright. If that's true, the monsters in this game aren't aliens or mutants. They're former employees the corporation pushed past the limit and forgot to file the resignation paperwork for. Verdict, a tier. Barney looks like the most harmless character in the game. He asks for coffee, cracks jokes, asks you to hide his briefcase. Okay, weird, but fine. Happens to the best of us. Then he asks you to take his photo, and that's when the UV camera reveals what's hidden from the normal eye. Barney's face is distorted, his teeth aren't human, and his smile is too wide to be real. This isn't a texture glitch. It's an official, game-confirmed reveal moment. Barney is an anomaly. A few visits later, it turns out he's also a serial killer on the run, and by that point you've been serving him coffee and holding his briefcase for a week straight. The strangest part? He doesn't attack you. He calls you his friend. The police show up looking for exactly him, show you the same photo you just took, and meanwhile, Barney is standing right next to you holding a knife, telling you he'll kill you if you say a word. Turn him into the cops, and he just wounds the officer and escapes. You get nothing. Hide him, and he thanks you with a coffee maker for harboring a serial killer. Verdict, S tier. One of the few secrets the game shows you directly instead of hiding in the textures, and it still manages to be the most absurd entry on this list. Harlow occasionally steps outside to talk to someone in a hazmat suit, then comes right back to treating patients like nothing happened. He never explains who it is and never brings up these meetings himself. If it weren't for observant players catching it through the window, nobody would even know about it. Verdict, D tier. Still just a hint, but why would a veterinarian need secret meetings in a hazmat suit? Keep this one in mind. We'll come back to it. Through a glitch with the lobby window, some players have seen something that shouldn't exist. A version of Dr. Harlow with hollow eyes and a blank expression, like he's an anomaly himself. The developers haven't confirmed whether this is a bug or a hidden Easter egg, but add it to the briefcase, the secret meetings, and the fact that Harlow keeps hiring employees who later disappear, and the question, is the doctor actually okay, answers itself. Verdict, a tier. Here's something most people miss because it isn't hidden in a corner. It's baked directly into the gameplay. Your sanity meter. It drops the longer you work, and the only reliable way to restore it is coffee. The exact same coffee Barney keeps asking you to make. Think about what that actually trains you to do. The more disturbing things you witness in this hospital, the more the game nudges you toward numbing yourself with coffee instead of questioning what you just saw. You're not rewarded for investigating. You're rewarded for staying calm and getting back to work. That's not just a gameplay mechanic. That's the exact same thing the corporation is doing to its own employees. The hollow-eyed ones Ron mentioned, the ones who overworked until they broke. The game is quietly putting you through a smaller version of the same process it's hiding from you. Verdict, a tier. It never shows up on a wiki page because it's not a secret you find. It's a secret you're living through the entire time you play. Ratthew, a rat patient who, in theory, shouldn't have access to anything important, casually admits during a conversation that he snuck into Ron's office and chewed up some experiment reports he wasn't supposed to see. And here's the thing, he doesn't regret it at all. He talks about it with pride, like it was a favor, not an accident. A patient rat conveniently destroys evidence against the corporation and feels zero guilt about it. Either he's genuinely just a rat chewing paper, or he knew exactly what he was destroying. Verdict, B tier. Starting around shift 11, a new character appears in the hospital. Liz. She used to work as a journalist for Animal Corporation's own news channel. She immediately hands you her camera and asks you to photograph specific patients, by name. Get the target wrong and she walks away, calling you untrustworthy, and the whole investigation resets. A normal veterinary hospital doesn't have a random intern secretly photographing specific patients for an investigation. Not unless there's something the corporation itself is trying to bury. Verdict, a tier. Once you hand Liz all 4 photographs, she shares her finding. Every one of these patients has one thing in common. Each has visited the hospital multiple times over the past few weeks, and they were coming back long before you even started working here. So this isn't random anomaly victims, it's a repeating cycle. The same creatures returning to this building over and over, and none of the staff finds that strange. The hospital isn't treating them, it's studying them, over and over and over. Verdict, a tear. Officially, Liz was fired for incompetence and fabricating stories. But once you finish helping her with the photos, she reveals the truth. She wasn't fired for lying. The company already knew the anomalies were real. She was fired for trying to make that public. This isn't just an angry boss. It's direct confirmation that the corporation is deliberately hiding the truth from the public and is willing to get rid of anyone who tries to expose it, even someone who used to work for that same corporation. Verdict, S tier. For helping with her investigation, Liz gives you a chocolate bar, an item that restores your sanity in-game. So you help expose a corporate cover-up of an infection, and in return you get a stress relief snack. Not money, not protection, not the truth getting published. Just a chocolate bar, so you can keep calmly working for the exact corporation you just helped her expose. Verdict, C tier. A funny detail, but functionally, it changes nothing. What's inside the suitcase Barney asks you to hide? The game never tells you. Part of the community believes it contains Ratina's body parts. Zero evidence. This is pure forum speculation, which is exactly why it spread so fast. It's worth noting the game gives you zero visual or dialogue confirmation either way. No wait animation, no sound cue, nothing that would settle it. That absence is precisely why the theory keeps getting repeated instead of dying out. Verdict, C tier. A disturbing idea with not a single in-game hook to back it up. Ratthew, the smallest character in the game, first warns you, trust no one here. Then he hands you the key to a secret safe in room 5, like it's the most ordinary request in the world. Verdict, B tier. More of a question than a secret. How does a tiny patient have a key to a corporate vault? And why, out of every character in this game, is it the most paranoid one who knows exactly where that vault physically is? In the same update that introduced Liz, the developers also reworked the stalker's behavior. The same monster the community links to the missing Rattina. Officially, this is presented as just a technical AI improvement, but the timing is suspicious. The same patch adds a journalist investigating the infection and makes the behavior of a creature that was allegedly once a person noticeably more deliberate. Almost like the developers are laying groundwork for something bigger without saying it outright. Verdict, F tier. Ratthew tells you about his twin sister Rattina, the smart one in the family, in his words. She worked for Animal Corporation and just vanished. No note, no goodbye. Ratthew is still looking for her, and by the sound of it, willing to go pretty far for any kind of lead. That's a confirmed part of the story. What she became after disappearing is theory. Part of the community believes Rattina turned into the stalker monster that chases the player throughout the game. Verdict, a tier. One of the items found in the safe is a note. The experiment was a success. The Shadow now sees everything. That text is confirmed by the game. Who the Shadow is, not confirmed. The community almost unanimously links it to the stalker, allegedly created by Harlow himself. If that's true, the doctor isn't just aware of the experiments. He's the one running them, and Rattina may have been one of the very first subjects it worked on. Verdict, S tier. On the game's official page, the next update is already teased under the title, The Hazmat Arrive, featuring an image of an animal news anchor in a studio. Remember, Dr. Harlow secretly meets with someone in a hazmat suit. Now an official teaser promises hazmat characters are about to show up directly in the game, alongside something that looks like a news broadcast, almost as if Liz is finally getting her chance to tell her story to the whole world. It looks like the developers themselves are about to confirm what the community has suspected for a while. Harlow's hazmat conversations weren't a random detail. They were a direct setup for the next chapter of the story. Verdict, a tier. Still a theory for now, but it might become confirmed fact in the very next update. And here it is. The secret I promised at the beginning. Rathew's key, room 5, the cat poster on the wall, behind it, a safe. Inside, 3 items at once. A photo of Rattina, another top-secret briefcase, and that same note about the Shadow. This is the one place in the whole game where every thread meets in a single spot. Not community theory, but confirmed content. Rattina disappeared working for the corporation. The corporation was running experiments. One of them created something that sees everything. And the briefcase carried by everyone involved is sitting right here, next to the proof. Ratthew handed you the key to this safe right after warning you not to trust anyone in this hospital. Maybe he's the only one who actually understands what's going on here. Or maybe he's just a rat who found the wrong door, and we'll never know which one is true. Think about how much of this list actually led here. Ron's briefcase, Harlow's briefcase, the hollow-eyed employees, the secret hazmat meetings, Liz, fired for telling the truth, and even Ratthew, who gave you the key despite warning you to trust no one. Every secret in this video is really just a piece of the same story, and the safe in room 5 is simply the first place where the game stops hinting and starts showing. Verdict, God tier. Not because it's the creepiest moment in the game, but because it's the only moment where the game itself admits, yes, something is genuinely wrong here.